Hi there, everyone. Welcome and thanks for joining us for another informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Katie Aloy Knight, and I'll be strolling through the pages with you on this half-hour journey. Coming up, storm-ready banana farming, plus breastfeeding and its important benefits for infants and mothers. Sit back and relax for these and more great features unfolding during this exciting journey.
Have you seen any of these signs and are ready to buy land or property? Want to know who is the legal owner? Purchase a copy of the title using eLand Jamaica. With eLand Jamaica, you can do a title search and verify the owner of the property, ensuring they have the legal right to sell it. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at www.nla.gov.jm. via telephone at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us on WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Monday, May 4, 2026. A dedicated digital services support team has been established by the company's Office of Jamaica COJ to help customers navigate its growing range of online services. Deputy Chief Executive Officer and Director of Operations, Lorianne Jackson, says the in-house team is critical to ensuring users are properly onboarded and supported as more services transition online.
Our team is really dedicated to capturing your data, ensuring that you're set up on the platform. If you have challenges or any technical difficulties, the team is able and ready and willing to assist you with setting you up online.
Ms. Jackson explains that as more transactions move online, customers are now required to have a registered email address to access and complete services. However, she assures that the team will work directly with customers, especially those unfamiliar with the digital processes, to facilitate account setup and ensure seamless use of the platform.
Or technical team or digital team, website team or developers or IT team, they're working assiduously to catch up with the demand of the numbers of people who are registering online, who are renewing online. That volume, based on the service and based on the work getting out there, has increased significantly.
Ms. Jackson was speaking during a JIS think tank. She also encouraged businesses and individuals to take advantage of the support available. Female-led micro, small and medium businesses are set to benefit from a $3 million Canadian regional initiative designed to help them grow, compete and access international markets. The Caribbean Women Generating Resilient and Inclusive Trade GRIT project was officially launched in Jamaica recently. GRIT will run up to 2028 and is expected to benefit 800 women entrepreneurs from Jamaica, Belize, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The project will deliver targeted support in areas such as agro-processing, renewable energy, ecotourism, and digital services. This will be through grants, technical assistance, digital transformation, and green production strategies to enhance export readiness. President of Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO, Shalette Cox, said GRIT's blend of training, technical assistance, matching grants, market intelligence, and business missions is the kind of integrated support system that will move the needle for women entrepreneurs in Jamaica. She was representing the Ministry of Industry, Investment, and Commerce.
We want women-led businesses to compete, grow, access financing, and simultaneously reach global markets. And what the program adds is the regional element, the regional partnership, the regional support, the global support, and 4 dedicated years to make it real.
For his part, Canada's High Commissioner to Jamaica, His Excellency Mark Berman, said GRIT forms part of the broader recovery effort, positioning trade as a powerful driver of economic growth and resilience.
highlighted that the GRIT project can contribute to the broader economic recovery objectives in support of Jamaica's MSMs. Canada, it really is encouraged by the government to take its Vision 2030 to empower Jamaicans to achieve their fullest potential and support a prosperous economy.
The project is being spearheaded by the Caribbean Export Development Agency, CEDA, with funding support from Global Affairs Canada. GRIT will expand access to funding, particularly for underserved groups, such as rural women, women with disabilities, and indigenous communities. The Ministry of Agriculture has acquired 4 new advanced drones as part of the ministry's push to modernize the sector. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green says the drones will provide real-time data to guide farmers on soil health and crop conditions, which will reduce guesswork and improve decision-making.
So that instead of using the fertilizer that you always use, that you might be spending a lot of money and wasting the resources, we can say to you, this is the nutrition regime that your plants need. Because these drones can pick up when plants are under stress, what is the deficiency, and then the extension officer can guide you as to what you should be putting in. Because the agriculture that we have to do nowadays is what we call data-driven agriculture. We can't do the guess and spell work anymore.
Minister Green was speaking at the Recovery and Investors Forum Farmers Month flagship event in Kingston recently. He also highlighted progress being made in tackling predial larceny through the Agricultural Protection Branch of the police force.
Last year, they assigned 65 officers. Already, that complement has been increased to 111 police officers. And I say every day, the only thing they do is deal with agricultural crime. And we are seeing the results. We have already seen a 174% increase in arrests for predial larceny.
Data also showed that convictions for predial larceny jumped from 9 in 2024 to 209 in 2025, while cases before the courts more than doubled. Minister Green also informed that the ministry is also strengthening on-the-ground support by increasing extension services through the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, ensuring farmers receive more direct guidance and assistance. The National Road Safety Council is warning that distracted driving remains a serious and growing threat to road users in Jamaica. Executive Director of the National Road Safety Council, Paula Fletcher, is urging motorists to stay focused, noting that distractions can significantly increase the risk of crashes involving both drivers and pedestrians. She was speaking at a think tank hosted by the Jamaica Information Service in Kingston on Tuesday.
This can happen in 3 ways. Visually, of course, what we see manually, the ability to handle the steering and so on. Cognitively, the ability to process information. So those are the 3 ways in which we can experience distracted driving on the road. Some activities such as texting, that would have been top of the list while driving, involve all 3 at the same time, which makes them especially dangerous.
Meanwhile, Commanding Officer of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, Senior Superintendent Lloyd Darby, says distracted driving continues to be a contributing factor in road fatalities, even when not recorded as the primary cause.
While we cannot pinpoint all these instances where distracted driving is an ingredient of collisions, for 2024, the investigators have attributed 14 of the 374 persons killed in 2025. We have attributed 7 of that to distracted driving. In 2024, we attributed 14. So far this year, we see where 1 case has an ingredient. So while it might not be the main cause from the investigations in these particular collisions, we see where distracted driving was a feature.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Reducing the sodium content in children's diets today can help prevent heart disease later in their life, especially for those who are overweight. Shake the salt habit. Shop smart and cook smart. Use less or no salt when cooking. Try using fresh herbs and seasonings to add more flavor. Limit the consumption of salty snacks. Take the time to carefully read the nutrition labels on food products to identify those high in salt and choose the healthier options. Remember, no more than 2 grams of salt per day from all food sources for children under 11 years of age.
Agriculture is important for our food security and the livelihoods of our farmers and their families. Hence, the need to safeguard this important economic sector. We now look at how the government is assisting banana farmers to establish climate-resilient farming practices that can protect their businesses. For banana farmers, resilience begins long before a storm arrives and continues well after it passes. Through recent field engagements, farmers are being equipped with practical, experience-driven strategies to better protect their crops and recover faster when disaster strikes. One of the strongest messages coming out of these sessions is the importance of planning ahead.
We are saying to the farmers as well, if they are planting for the first time, they should, do what we call timely establishment. And so they want to plant, in May, June, so that at the heights of the hurricane season, which is normally in August, September, thereabout, the plants would have been at a height that is less vulnerable to the hurricane.
At this stage, plants are better able to withstand strong winds, reducing the level of damage across the field.
We're also saying to them that they need to establish good root health, where they, take care of their good borer management and the nematode management.
This can make the difference between total crop loss and partial damage.
The worst case scenario is if the root is not healthy, you have what you call uprooting. When uprooting takes place, the farmer has to what you call re-establish a plantation, and that is very costly. If there's good root health, what you have is breakage of the pseudostem, and so the root system is not jeopardized, and so the plant, that next what you call crop sucker, will just continue growing, as opposed to the scenario where you'd have to replant. It's like you're starting the plantation, and so that would be literally 9 months to 9 months or more. But then if you're talking about just continuing on what you have already, then that you could have cases where 6 months ready back for harvest.
Farmers are also being encouraged to adopt good field management practices, including proper drainage, adequate nutrition, and techniques like cropping to minimize storm impact.
Also, as far as the recovery effort is concerned, we are saying to farmers that the first thing after the storm, after they have regrouped from the mental trauma, they still have to rise up and to get back in the field by the next day, because most hurricanes are followed by bright sunlight, and that sun is not good for the bunches that are exposed on the ground. And so we're saying that farmers need to cover them, especially with dry trash, to secure them. And then the next thing that the farmers need to do is to commence what we call the chop back, or the process. And we emphasize that, what happens is that if you allow a maiden plant that has not yet shot, if it's not cut properly, it's going to continue to grow, but that plant is not going to have any leaves. And so you may have even case where the bunch is produced, but then there's no leaves. And so we're saying that that plant has to be, they have to inflict some machete wounds into that trunk to ensure that it does not regrow, or to cut it in a situation where there's what we refer to as a gooseneck, or in layman's term is a horse head, which means that the plant will not able to regrow in that case. And most importantly, or another key aspect, we're saying that farmers need to maintain good pruning because the pruning is there's going to be a proliferation of suckers after the storm. So they have to go through and to select remove suckers that are unwanted to ensure that there is limited competition, and so the plantation would return to harvesting at the earliest possible time.
Ultimately, recovery is not just about rebuilding or regrowing. It's about doing so smarter. It's Child's Month, and we shift focus now to look at nutrition for infants. Experts say that the breast is best, as it provides ideal nutrition for growth and development, as well as antibodies to strengthen the immune system. Pay attention as we learn more about the great benefits breastfeeding provides for child and mother.
Every child has the right to enough nourishing food to grow well and flourish. For the very young, breast milk remains the best food source.
Data from the World Health Organization shows that breast milk, as the natural first food for babies, provides all the energy and nutrients that the infant needs for the first 6 months of life. And it continues to provide up to half or more of a child's nutritional needs during the second half of the first year, and up to 1/3 during the second year of life.
Breast milk provides much-needed antibodies to protect babies against all kinds of infections. The colostrum or foremilk, which is the first milk produced by mothers after giving birth, is the baby's first immunization against some infections. Babies who are exclusively breastfed have less episodes of diarrhea, acute respiratory infection, and skin conditions.
Appropriate breastfeeding practices, therefore, have the potential to reduce infant mortality in children ages 5 years and younger by 14%, while appropriate complementary feeding up to 2 years of age is capable of preventing an additional 6% of deaths in this age range.
Breastfeeding also establishes a close, loving bond between mother and baby. In addition, mothers benefit from improved postpartum recovery, reduced iron loss, and decreased risk of breast and ovarian cancers. Another benefit? Mothers need not spend on infant formulas, which can be a huge financial burden.
Breastfeeding is a universal solution that has proven to improving the health, well-being, and survival of women and children around the world. It helps to prevent malnutrition in all its forms, ensures food security for infants and young children, and thus helps to bring people and nations out of hunger and the poverty cycle. That's big. That's quite profound.
Men can actively participate and support the breastfeeding mother. So even, for example, if the milk is expressed and placed in a clean container or cup, then the father can be the one to feed the child from the cup with the breast milk.
In cases where the mother is breastfeeding, the father can support her by doing chores to ease her burden.
Some quick tips on breastfeeding for mommy to eat from all the 7 food groups that keep you healthy. Continue taking your maternal supplements. Remember, baby is getting all its nutrients from breastfeed milk, and make sure that when baby sleeps, you sleep, because babies don't have a special time to sleep, so you have to get rest when baby sleeps.
Mothers who choose not to breastfeed are encouraged to discuss this issue with their healthcare provider. Individual counseling on breastfeeding is important for dispelling any myths or concerns.
And we need to embrace the traditional approaches as it relates to lactating mothers, as it relates to development of our newborns. And there is very little technology that is going to change that reality, that the breast is best and is still the best.
Medical experts recommend the initiation of breastfeeding within half hour of birth. Do not give newborns any food or drink other than breast milk unless medically indicated. And encourage breastfeeding on demand. Also, don't give artificial teats or pacifiers to breastfeeding infants.
The hope for the ministry is that every child receives a fair opportunity at benefiting from the tremendous nutritional and other critical values, psycho-emotional, physiological, economic, and hygienic advantages of breastfeeding.
Do what's best for your child. Breastfeed and give them a healthy start to a long life.
External exams are on the horizon, and the students should be just about ready and raring to go. But there are always those who need a little boost as they try to concentrate and prepare to do well. In the few remaining minutes of Jamaica Magazine, we'll explore some of the difficulties students often encounter in their studies and the tips to stay ahead of the learning curve.
School can be exciting, but it also comes with challenges, deadlines, exams, and the constant push to do well. Staying ahead of the learning curve means having the right strategies to stay focused, prepared, and motivated all term long. We sat down with Vice Principal of Warrant Bay High, Marsha Ford Bryan, who shared practical advice on how students can boost their performance and avoid burnout.
It is super important that they stay organized. Once you are organized, then it will eliminate levels of fluster, and it will increase your chances of grasping the content that you need to grasp, and it will allow for you to easily go through the term feeling less flustered, feeling as if you can achieve, and it gives some level of self-motivation and focus on what is important. And it will definitely assist students in achieving their goals and objectives that they need to set out at the start of the school term.
One of the biggest challenges for students is managing time effectively. Creating a study plan, setting realistic goals, and using tools like planners or apps can make a world of difference.
So my years of experience have taught me that if students read over their notes once they go home and not wait until the appointed time, for example, when exams are upon them, then of course it will allow for them to pace themselves and eliminate cramming or swatting. So reading over the notes immediately after you go home and re-emphasizing some key points, this will allow for you to gradually gain the understanding of the content, and then you won't feel so flustered. That for me definitely works, and I've seen wherein students who practice this, it works for them.
Whether it's the Pomodoro technique, reviewing notes daily, or breaking down big assignments into smaller tasks, small habits lead to big results.
Oh, setting goal is not only for students, it's for everyone. It is so important. You know exactly where your trajectory is. You know where you're going. Without goals, you are moving aimlessly. So it is very important. I say to students, write it down. Usually when you write something down, it is meaningful. For those of us who are in the technology age, then you voice it, you record it, and you repeat that to yourself. And that keeps you steadfast. Just in case you might forget it, you have it written down or you have it recorded. And that is a reminder of you reminding yourself, and that has greater impact than even someone else reminding you of what you said. And repetition is very important. You can set up vision boards, for example, and that gives you a vivid picture as to what your outcome is likely to be in a picture format. And you can see your mission, you see your vision, and you see your objectives.
But staying ahead isn't just about studying harder. It's about maintaining balance. Stress and burnout can quickly derail progress if students aren't careful.
Some students are of the opinion that when we talk about content and asking them to do a study timetable, for example, it must only entail academics. I say to students, you have the opportunity to also plan and interject in your study timetable things that you enjoy doing. Because once your mind is relaxed, then definitely once you are studying, you will be grasping more. So once they are crafting their study timetable, ensure that they interject playtime, relaxation time, and know yourself too. There are some students who definitely cannot study for 2-hour blocks. Then don't stretch yourself there. You have to understand how you operate first and foremost. If it is that you can only manage to retain what you're studying for half an hour or 35 minutes, then you make your blocks in your study timetable to fit just to that.
Here are some tips.
Relaxation is very important. Utilize music if it works for you. Utilize your walks. And persons find it difficult to understand how exercise actually works, but it relaxes you. And if you can go on your treadmill or you can walk around your block for 10 minutes at least, it refreshes the mind and it gets you relaxed and you go right back into your content. But you have to know your body. You have to understand how you operate, because no two persons operate in the same manner. So we have to understand our body. Eat right. If you realize that you are not eating, this can't be healthy if you're studying and not eating properly. Get your fluids in and hydrate yourself.
Success also comes from taking ownership of learning, being proactive and consistent. And while parents and teachers play an important role, students must drive their own growth.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today. Be sure to join us again tomorrow on this station for more information you can use to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, do business, and retire in paradise. In the meantime, visit our website at jis.gov.jm for this and other offers. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Katie Knight. Until next time, do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.